There's a cooler entrance in my mind that it actually ended up being. Good evening, welcome to Wiffle Wednesdays. I'm Jeff Darling, and you're asking what in the world is a Wiffle Wednesday? It is Warrenton's finest fantasy football league, Wiffle, and it's a Wednesday. You might not be watching this till Thursday because it's really late. And I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible because I want to go to sleep. Although, playoff baseball is on, and that's some compelling baseball. Max Scherzer blowing it for the Rangers right now. You love to see it, Nats fans, don't you? Although we hate the Astros. But as Nat fans, we beat the Astros. And Max Scherzer left us, so I'm just kind of conflicted right now. Anyways, on to football. We're not here for baseball. We're here for football. Week 6. What an incredible Week 6 it was. It finally went my way. I had a nail-biter of a game. Still some left. And honestly, up until that final drive, it was looking like there's no chance. Usually these things don't go out in my favor. Usually I'm just bracing for Greg to be able to talk smack the whole time, which is... Anyways, he can't this time because CeeDee Lamb outplayed Tony Pollard, even though there was that miracle 60-yard run catch thing that I'm just so angry about, except as a Cowboys fan I was excited about. So conflicting that Monday night game. But hey, 119.2 to 116.8, that was one of the most back and forth games all season. Greg, worthy opponent, worthy adversary. Thankfully I won. That was wild. Anyways, moving right along, the next one, Gone Fishing going against Team Queen. Now, talk about compelling football. This may have just been, just one of the worst games that actually ended up being one of the best games possible. We had going into... I should have gone back and looked at what the projections were for this game. I'm pretty confident you guys were both projected in the hundreds. Pretty sure. Final score, though, Gone Fishing 47.16, Team Queen 51. In fact, Team Queen had to pull her defense so as to not lose those 4 points on Monday night. And Hannah, they actually got you 6 points. So you could have won 57 to 47. Oh, that would have been quite the boom of points. But you mercifully played the exact right opponent, Hannah, to get your second win in a row. Congratulations. You officially have a win streak. And Matt, I don't know what to say, man. That was just, at one point, I openly laughed because I guess that 1 point's right now as well. I mean, I've just never seen such abysmal performance of people that didn't die mid-game. You know, they just 1 point, 1.1, 1.6, 3.8, just across the board. Very consistent. Very consistent. But not what you were looking for. The thing is, you can't, you had one dude on your bench, Curtis Samuel. If you had played him, maybe you would have forced Hannah to play. I could do math, but it's not like you made the wrong choices. Your team just decided that they didn't know what to do. They didn't want you to win, so they did what they did, and that's just what happens. It happens. But Hannah, congratulations on that very hard-fought battle. Next up, bye week, going up against ChatGB Lee, going up against Uncle Touchdown. Now, guys, this could have been the battle of the undefeateds. Brandon, however, lost last week and ruined that. However, he did win. 121.78, the highest score of the week, going up against the to date, who was averaging the most points per game, probably still is if I take a look at that. But yeah, Brandon beat Shaw 121 to 105, and it came down to the Cowboys and Chargers night. I think it was like 98 to 70 or something. Brandon needed people to show up, and they did. Dak Prescott, somehow 24 points. That's wild. Is that his highest point total of the season? It is 6, 19, 14, 14, 4, and 24. So Sean, this could have gone your way, but it didn't. So, and no, you're not going to be first in the waiver wire. Just calm down. You're 5-1, still projected in first place. I think you're going to be fine. Who would you even pick up on the waiver wire? You've got studs at every single thing. Although Christian McCaffrey got his annual injury. Well, let's see if it keeps him out this year. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to. Moving right along, the Flute Master going up against Team Touch Dan. And Michael, by the way, don't ask Greg what he thinks about your team name. Maybe, but do it in a side chat. There's children present. Anyways, Michael just can't catch a break. Went up against the second highest scoring team of the week. You could have been playing Matt or Hannah Or, well, those might be the only people that you could have beat, actually. So, but you didn't. You didn't play against them, and you lost to Dan, 120.7 to 90.12. Dan had a good week. He's got a pretty solid squad. Tyreek Hill. Did you guys see that stat? I think so, because I think Greg posted it. Dude's like 100 yards away after 6 games from 1,000 yards. This is wild. It's wild. Tua just gets to chuck it up, and he little cheetah just goes and catches it. It's insane. Anyways, Michael, you had a couple folks on your bench, but I don't think it would have been enough. Maybe would have made it closer. You might have been a little bit more sad if it had been closer, but you lost by 30. So what are you going to do? Moving right along, I suppose. Field of Dreams, going against your slightly below average, slightly above average team. Sorry, Jason, your record confused me with the team name there. Carlos, 103.02 to Jason's 94.88. And somehow, with Justin Fields getting 5 points, Carlos was able to squeak out a victory. And going into that Monday night game, you had Josh Herbert, and he put up a valiant effort, but you fell just short. And looking at benches, I always love to look at benches. Do we have anything that we can regret, anything that we could have looked back on? And, you know, your defense got you 2 points. I probably would stay away from anything from the Patriots right about now, folks. Not so many great things happening there. Mac Jones. Brandon and I were talking about this today, that I think the 2 most punchable faces as far as starting quarterbacks in the NFL go right now, Mac Jones is up there. But number 1, Zach Wilson. I just can't. It's not his fault. It's just his face. Although he's probably saying to his quarterback friends, of all the people that do fantasy football recap videos, there's this one guy that's got the most punchable face. So it's fine. It's fine. I get it. But anyways, moving right along. Team Midnight going against the Weasel, the defending league champ. Won last week. Miraculously. Can a miracle happen 2 weeks in a row? It did. It did. Mike won 103.7 to 85.2. Boy, Paul, as a Cowboys fan, you probably shouldn't have started Logan Thomas as a tight end. He had 1 catch for 2 yards. Although, who was your other guy? I don't even know who I don't know names. I don't know positions. They don't positions actually these things. But you had a couple points on your bench. D. London, what does this guy do? Wide receiver, Drake London. That's a fun name. 22 points on your bench. And Mike, so again, the IR position. I know I talked to you about this at dinner tonight. Use it. You still have 3 dudes. Put James Conner on there. I think you'd want to hold on to him, but that'll free up a bench spot for you, okay? And anyways, congratulations. Win streak for Mike and Hannah. Both started the season 0-4 and have gone ahead and put together a nice little win streak. So let's look at the standings. In the East, Uncle Touchdown 5-1, Wanakee Squirrel Salads 3-3, Team Touchdown Dallas Jeff Boys Gone Fishing all 3-3, 4 3-3 teams in the R division. Slightly above average, Jason 2-4. So that's the East. We got 1-5-1, 4 3-3s, and a 2-4. Next up in the West, you got Brandon at 5-1, Field of Dreams Carlos at 4-2, and then Paul at 3-3. Hannah and Mike at 2-4, and Michael bringing up the rear at 1-5. So that's our season standing. Let's just go ahead and do a quick look forward to week 7. Dallas Jeff Boys taking on bye week. Brandon, this happens to be my week of bye weeks. This is starting to hit people. We'll get to Hannah in a second, but yeah, I've got about 5 people on bye week. I think I mocked Hannah during the draft and then just so happened to also get kind of wrecked there. But right now, Brandon's projected to win 107.2 to 104.9. We'll see what happens. I'm going up with a couple folks that aren't my first choice at position, but we'll see. Next up, Uncle Touchdown going against Gone Fishing. And Matt, I don't think I've seen more Q's next to a starting lineup's people's names. You've got 5 questionable people, 2 questionable on your bench. Your whole team's held together by duct tape. I don't know why you're asking for 2 IR spots, though. You don't have a single player who is on the IR. You can't put questionable or doubtful folks on there. Only out and IR can go on the IR. So just calm down with the riots and everything with your GIFs, okay? Anyways, you're projected to lose 116 to 92. Knowing projections, it's probably going to end up being Sean 174 to Matt's 38.3. But we'll find out what happens. We'll find out. Next up, Team Touch Dan taking on the Wanakee Squirrel Salads. So got the right now, Dan 115.7 to Greg's 94.3. That's a pretty low projection there, Greg. You might want to do something about that. Oh, wait, you've got 3 people on bye week as well. Looks like you're not starting your 2 moneymakers, Derrick Henry and Tony Pollard. So this might be your bad week. Well, let's move on. Slightly above average going against the Flute Master. Michael, you might have a chance at this game. Although projection says no. Jason, 1 at 3.2 to Michael's 96.1. I hope you win, Michael. I don't want you to lose total hope. Although it's kind of fun to watch that. But the Weasel taking on Field of Dreams. Carlos, do you have a quarterback that you can play? Justin Fields, doubtful. Is that the only quarterback on your bench? You might want to trade with Mike. He's got about 4 quarterbacks on his roster. Right now, even without a quarterback, you're only supposed to lose 107.5 to 90.4. So try to find somebody that can start, and you might have a chance at this one. The last matchup, Team Queen going up with Team Midnight, husband and wife, both riding a 2-game win streak. And right now, this is really funny because the projection 79.4 to 79.8. Those might be the lowest projections that I've seen. But Hannah, you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6 people. Your entire bench is bye weeks. That's incredible. And congratulations, you figured out how to use your IR spot. But I think you have an empty bench spot. So pick up another person and maybe you can do something. Mike, I've never seen a starting kicker be projected to have 0 points, but McPherson for Cincinnati is healthy and is projected 0 points. I just found that pretty interesting. Anyways, that's it for me tonight, folks. It's a fantastic season so far. Very exciting, very compelling, great storylines. Everyone's trying their darndest. I'm seeing a lot of activity on the trades. Matt, no shenanigans. Don't give up. You're 3-3. You're doing fine, okay? Don't make me reinstate the rule where every trade has to get voted on by the league if it's acceptable or not. I will do it. Or I'll just veto it as league commissioner if I see anything funny going on. Anyways, this one's going long. I'm tired. It's late. You guys, I guess that's my sign-off line. So for Wiffle Wednesday, it's Jeff Darling saying, I'm tired and you're late. It's time to go to bed. See ya.